Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda CR-V, and this is a 2-litre EX automatic. As you can see here on a lovely private plate, J19GEF, and that comes with this with the car as part of the sale. Very low mileage one, just on 40,400 miles, so very low mileage indeed. It's in this lovely metallic blue, quite a rare car in this colour and very sought after actually. It looks absolutely fabulous on it as well. But I'll go around the car for you and pick up on any marks or anything obvious that you need to be told about. Front of the car there, hopefully you can see, lights, lenses, all completely intact, no cracks, condensation or anything on them, but all in very nice order. Bonnet on the car is pretty much completely free of any stone chipping that I can see at all. I'm sure if you get a microscope out you'll see the odd one or two. Corner bumper, very good. There is a little mark just there, just could do with being touched in, but very minor indeed. Panel work down the side there, it's pretty much mirror smooth in terms of indentations or anything on there at all. And the panel looks very nice. There is, as I always say, or hopefully, you will find the odd minor mark on the car. You know, these dark colours are wonderful. They will show the little marks occasionally, but you know that's been hard on the car. It is in very nice condition. Let's come around the back here as well. Lovely angle showing this high level rear spoiler, and it just shows. It really does add visual presence to the car. They're very nice looking with these on. Okay, just going on the panel work there just to show you just how crisp and smooth that is. Sorry, I did miss the alloy wheels out, I shouldn't have done that. So alloy on the side, absolutely unmarked. Dunlop tyre there with plenty of tread on it as well. And then come to the front tyre here, again another Dunlop, plenty of tread, and alloy completely unmarked. Come around the back of the vehicle now, again all in very nice condition. And around to the off side of the vehicle. Again, I'll squat down just to show you the panel work, which hopefully with the grass and the greenery will show. I can't see again any indentations on there. And alloy on the side, got a Dunlop again. Alloy very good, just a tiny bit of curbing just on the outside edge there. You can see it is very minor indeed. And then come down the panel work again. Again, all nice, but said that there is the odd little mark. We haven't machine polished it. You can get someone to buff these things up very effectively. We don't do it just because we don't want to damage the paintwork, but it said it could easily be done. And then alloy on that one, I can't see a mark on that one of any note at all. And again, Dunlop tyre, so a really nice set of very high quality tyres fitted the car. But overall, a car in very good condition for its age and mileage. Coming to the boot area, as you can see there, you've got your full complement of what should be in the back of these cars. Tonneau cover on the top here, just give it a little pull and release. You can also pull these little tabs forward to cover over onto the headrests there, and they adjust with the seats if necessary. Middle shelf here, always an oddity for me. I've never seen the purpose in them, but I'm sure there must be. You can just clip them up like that to give you access to below, or as I always do on mine, I take them out completely. And you can see here, this is recessed, which is exactly the same shape as this here, and you just drop them in at the bottom there. As I said, mine usually end up in my garage somewhere. But the carpeted areas, plastics, are all in absolutely fabulous condition. Really is a lovely car inside. Quite colossal boots as well. They're absolutely enormous, and they're extendable by pulling the the rear seats forward on runners as well to gain an extra sort of 8 or 9 inches of boot space as well. Just coming to the back of the car now, rear door card there, all in very good condition. And you can see here, absolutely colossal amount of boot space and leg room in the car. Full black leather interior, all in very nice condition. As I said when I'm looking in the boot area, underneath the seats here, there's a little bar. Just pull that up and then the seats will come forward at least that far, so you can then end up with a lot more leg room in the vehicle if you so wish. So coming to the front now, driver's door card, again all in very nice condition, just the tiny amounts of wear showing on the vehicle, which you'd expect hopefully. And then coming inside, really lovely cabins to sit in these. But the leatherwork's in absolutely fantastic condition. It really, really is. Very much in keeping with the mileage of the vehicle as you'd expect. Show down here, obviously electric adjustment for the driver's seats on these cars as well. And up above our head, EX specs, you get this lovely big panoramic glass roof. So sat in the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through on the video, but the dashboard is in quite beautiful condition. It really, really is. All the plastics look pretty much factory fresh on the dashboard here. Just so I close the blind there so it doesn't reflect so badly. You can see there, sat-nav system working absolutely perfectly. If I pop the car into reverse, you've got a lovely crystal clear parking camera, which is really handy. Coming down further, dual zone climate control system working absolutely as it should, pumping out lovely cold air. Then your automatic gearbox lever there as well. Coming over to the main binnacle of the vehicle, just to pan in, hopefully you can see that, 40,472 miles. Engine's running, no warning lights, just the low fuel light currently on the vehicle. Then we've got auto lights, auto wipers, and on the multifunction steering wheel, the top left, they've got audio controls, top right, cruise control functions. And on the bottom left here, you've got hands-free functions for compatible phones and for telling the car to do things. But really, really is a fabulous car, in really, really lovely condition. These are very sought after vehicles for good reason. They're seriously high quality. What should follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. This particular one is a 2-litre EX automatic petrol. The car is registered J19GEF. That's private plates, and that will stay with the vehicle as well. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is very low mileage, just 40,464 miles recorded from new. Purpose of the road tests, as I say in all of our road tests, is very simple indeed. We want customers to see the cars we're selling in operation prior to you coming to see us. That way, if there are any issues, I can relay them back to you, and I do that. I'm critical on the videos. I've brought up issues in the past. If there aren't any, clearly I won't bring anything up at all. The other thing is, the internet's great. It means you get to see cars from much further afield, but obviously that is then fraught with potential, the potential to have your time wasted if you go and see a car and there's a fundamental fault with the car which you should have been told about. It's happened to us in the past, it'll happen to us in the future, I'm sure, but as I said, that's exactly why we do these, just to let you know if there's anything untoward with the vehicle prior to coming to see us. Road tests also done on exactly the same road test route as any prospective buyer will go on, so it should be representative, hopefully, of what you should feel yourself when you come see and drive the car. Vehicle itself, engine, so go through them one by one for you. Engine, an absolute peach of course, Honda VTEC engine, cam chain driven, so there's no belts to worry about on these cars. Brilliantly reliable engines. I don't want to tempt fate, I'm not going to say it, but we know how reliable these engines actually are. This one, a perfect example of a very fine engine. Starts absolutely instantly, settles to a very smooth, very subdued idle. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, apart from just low fuel light currently on the car, which will be attended to by putting fuel in the car quite clearly. But the engine is sweet as a nut, it really is. It's warm now, it's been running for a while. Temperature gauge is showing a third of the way up, which is exactly where it wants to be on a Honda car. Engine then feeds through into the automatic gearbox, and it's a very classic Honda auto gearbox in this car. Very smooth gear shifts. It doesn't feel as though it's got any wear in it at all. There's no slop, there's no delays, there's no thuds. Very rare indeed in one of these. You'd have to go to massive mileages to wear one of those gearboxes out. But what you should do with any automatic of any manufacturer is just wait for it to be warm, pop it into neutral, and then select drive or reverse, or both preferably, and just if there's any delays, any clonks, any bangs or thuds that shouldn't be there, and then just walk away from the car if there are, quite clearly. But as I said, on a Honda, very rare indeed. Gearbox is very, very well suited and matched to the engine. It really is. The actual gear change, that, as you can see there, just so smooth. Engine sings its heart out. It's got a really lovely engine note to it, so you don't mind giving it the full beans if you really need to. So in terms of engine, gearbox, absolutely spot on. No issues there at all. Steering of the car tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations, nothing coming back through the steering wheel at all, which is a real pet hate of mine actually, but there's nothing on this vehicle. It feels tight, feels taut, and as in line with obviously what I'm looking for in the video, I'm looking for kind of signs of wear. I can't feel anything through the steering at all. It feels as crisp as any I've ever driven, and I've had loads and loads and loads of CRVs personally, so if there's something untoward, I would know straight away. Suspension of the car, likewise, a very smooth riding car, very, very comfortable indeed, but also gives very, very good body control as well. He doesn't lurch, doesn't give kind of this corkscrewing motion to the corners which you get with a lot of cars, which I absolutely loathe. So even on sort of tighter, twisty roads, it's very controlled, and in conjunction with the steering, which is really very accurate indeed, it does make for a very agile car for this type of vehicle. But again, what I'm looking for on these kinds of test drives is just signs of a bit of extra wear that you might have had sort of creep into the car, and what that will manifest itself as in a car was if you go over bumps like those, if there's a bit of wear underneath, you sometimes get a bit of secondary chatter going on, just a dull sort of mechanical thuds or clonks, and that's normally things which are designed to wear out, to save the main suspension of the vehicle. It'll be little drop links, anti-roll bar links, little bushes, sometimes suspension struts. They probably won't fail MOT, they're probably not unsafe, but they make the car feel a little bit kind of old before its time. But there's nothing on this car at all. It's all absolutely as tight as a drum. We should hopefully expect, given such a low mileage, but that isn't always a given. So obviously if the car's been driven around a kind of city centre, over potholed roads, you might find obviously some of that has kind of managed to get into the wear and tear of the car. But there's absolutely nothing on this one at all. Check the cruise control, works absolutely perfectly. I'm at the legal limit here, 60 miles an hour on the main road. They're nice, quiet cars, and again, what I'm looking for now is just signs of kind of wind intrusion that shouldn't be there. So if it had a replacement windscreen, or someone had accidentally damaged the door seal getting in and out, you'd end up with kind of an annoying wind hiss coming in, but there's nothing on the car. It's as quiet as it should be, and that's very, very quiet indeed. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal. I'm dabbing it over and over again deliberately here just to see if I can manufacture or generate any issues. There are none. Again, on autos, what you're looking for is kind of pulsing on the brake pedal where it rides up and down slowly at lower speeds or quicker at high speeds, and that will be a sign of a warped or distorted brake disc, which is more common on autos where they're given a harder time. But again, nothing on this car. Also, when I brake, it's squatting down straight and true, which is nice. Looking around inside the car, it's in fabulous, fabulous condition. They're lovely places to sit and drive. They really are. It's kind of old school, really, these days, although it's got a huge amount of equipment, as you'd expect from a Honda car. So, we've got the big screen sat-nav, nice and high mounted as well. It's touch screen for the main operations of it as well, all working absolutely perfectly. And obviously pop it into reverse, and then that goes into a parking camera, which works absolutely perfectly. Down below that, dead simple, very, very high quality controls. All the push buttons on these Hondas are brilliantly manufactured. But you've got a dual zone air conditioning system, which means you can have different temperatures side to side, or slightly different temperatures I should say. Air conditioning, incidentally, pumping out absolutely ice cold air. I'm checking that as part of the test drive of the vehicle today. But all working beautifully well. But it's all in fantastic condition. It really is. I mean, the plastics have been kept really nicely, which is in keeping with the age and mileage of the car. Coming to the main center, the main binnacle of the car, information instrument cluster, if you like. Again, a classic Honda dashboard rather. Big, easy, legible dials there. All the information's working perfectly. There's no pixelation issues at all. Not that we really get them on these CRVs, but all working fabulously well. Then we've got the 2 stalks here, auto lights, auto wipers, again all part of the EX specification. And then you've got your main steering wheel controls, so you've got cruise control top right, audio top left, and you've got hands-free functions down there. Only things that are a little bit of a gimmick from my opinion. You can press a button there and tell it to go up to fan speed 3 or change radio stations, but you nearly always get the opposite of what you're asking for when driving at speed. And then you've got hands-free functions down there for compatible phones. We don't guarantee that works on cars of this age, just because of the technology's moved on quite a bit on these things. But all in very, very nice order. The car also has a brilliantly clever and utterly reliable 4-wheel drive system. Honda used to call it real-time all-wheel drive, which was quite a badge, and it was a badge they did used to put in the back of one of their cars years ago. But it's so clever. Honda worked out very quickly that the vast majority of owners of this type of vehicle, the 4-wheel drive was hardly ever used. So why waste fuel, mechanical issues, mechanical losses, or tyre wear by having a permanent 4-wheel drive system with all it running the whole time? This runs in front-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive 99% of the time. Only if you hoof it, or you're on a bit of wet ground or it's a muddy field, pulling a caravan, or coming across a school fete or something, will you front wheel start to spin. It automatically brings in the rear wheel drive straight away, and it works brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. But it also disengages straight away, and that's it. It's such a clever system and miles better than any of its competitors. But the car, as I said, the purpose of the video was to show it in operation. If I could pick up on a fault, I'd let you know about it. I found nothing driving this vehicle that mechanically it's in absolutely fabulous order. Oh, incidentally, heated seats working perfectly. I've had it on now, and it's now roasting my backside. It's so warm. But if I've missed anything on the video, please don't hesitate. Do give us a call. I'll happily answer any questions you might have.